popular Nigerian pastor, Prophet T.B. Joshua, Synagogue Church of all nations. He was such a humble man. He came from humble beginnings. I know his mother was like a cleaner of the local church. He started the ministry with 8 people, but that even as a child, he knew he was on that path. Is that something, that is very notable to you, and why, that people really picked up on the fact that he never forgot where he came from?
He wasn't steered by money. He wasn't steered by reputation. He chose to put aside what people thought and just live to obey his conviction about what God was saying to him.
Wow.
So those humble beginnings were very, very important.
Right. Well, listen, I mean, it's very hard to not, notice when you're seeing, on camera, even in my personal experience, being at Mount Precipice in Nazareth 2 years ago, which, and I also know that he actually invested money to redo the amphitheater and put in the steps. So he gave a lot of charity also here in Israel.
We are joined via Zoom by entrepreneur and philanthropist Dr. Tim Tebeila. Thank you so much, Dr. Tim, for joining us here on SABC News, sir. What more are you able to tell us then about TB Joshua?
Well, I've been knowing TB Joshua for the past 25 years or more. And we, when I encountered with him, I went to his church when there was not even a building, it was even a shack. And then we later on built the church, and from there we started Emmanuel television. And I can simply say that I found Prophet T.B. Joshua being someone who was extremely very generous and who has touched so many people, so many lives in the world. And he has touched mine too, in particular, because I spent most of my time with him. He said the words that there is time to come and there is time to leave. And he left the podium. When he left the podium, he went to the house where he lives. Yeah. He just fell asleep, and he fell asleep forever. Yeah. He never wake up. He had no any illness. He had no any sign of any kind that he will be. There is something in his body. He was 100% perfect and super.
They watch all over the world. June 12th is around the corner. It will not be easy for me to celebrate my birthday.
This is our Baba. I'm a widow. I've had this church since 13 years. This man is always feeding me. I don't have money to go market with this man. I don't have food with this man. I don't have anything with this man. I'm a widow. December, this man will carry rice. Carry road will give us money. I think God now who is going to help us as the nation of Nigeria. Nigeria is gone. We don't have help at Nigeria, only this man. I never see anybody like this man unless Jesus Christ of Nazareth. I beg, we are begging God. We are begging God. He should wake up. Wake up, Daddy. Don't die. Please.
When you do the needful thing to people, people are suffering for this country, and there is no any other hope. And you call yourself governor, you call yourself president, you cannot offer any favor for people. Look at this man now, he's a good person, and he's gone. And people are crying for him. There's some people hope. They are crying now because of him, because of what they have done. But you people are just there. You call yourself governor, you call yourself president, you call yourself rep. You can't do anything. You can't help the people. It's not good. What are you going to carry? What? You people should do the needful. If you call yourself governor and you don't do the needful, it's a very bad thing. do the needful, because one day we are going to leave this world and we are not carrying anything go. Nothing. Nothing. Come on, pin. Come on, sand. See a little sand. You can't carry it go to the heaven.
It's unbelievable. If this man of God will please wake up, he has not finished his assignment. All of us, we are in a mourning mood. Nobody is happy.
At the moment, everyone is still in shock. Quite a number of church members around the auditorium, the synagogue building, are still in shock. Several of them are mourning. Some of them not wanting to actually believe that the news is real.
The prophet was the important friend of Israel, of Jerusalem. When we need them, we have a lot of problem. But when Israel need them, the prophet stand with Jerusalem. There are much examinations in this process, what I'm talking about. But all the time, what is necessary for the Holy Land, the prophet standing with us.
When the Olympic Games was going on, we were running out of funds. He gave $150,000. He gave most of those athletes a car each. And $1 million. Yeah. And to support the Olympic team last time. I wonder which other person will do this.
I am Muhammad Zubidat. I am from Israel. I am Muslim. I am the mayor of Basmat Tiv'un. We are delegation from Israel. We came here. We are Jewish and Muslims together. Big man, Prophet T.B. Joshua, is a big man. We know him. I remember his miracles. He came to Israel, and many people want to see him in Nazareth, and they came to Nazareth. Many people from all the world, because this big prophet, the prophet of all the nations in the world.
Clergyman and televangelist T.B. Joshua, and the founder of the Synagogue Church of All Nations. He's seen by many as very influential in and out of Nigeria.
The first time I came here, I received my healing. I was deaf on my right ear. And just by a touch of the prophet, the man of God, T.B. Joshua, my ear got opened.
I got a very moving phone call from Atlanta. Marlon Jackson, the brother of Michael Jackson, called me to say, is this true? That Papa has passed away into the next dimension. The whole world is just shocked. The whole world is missing Prophet already. I want to thank Prophet T.B. Joshua for all what he has done, not just for me, the musicians, but Nigeria at all. For what he has done for the image of our country worldwide. Thank you. I'm honored having met you and known you as a friend.
But I know that.
No, he never died.
He never died.
He never died.
Hassan, it was all his children. With the rest. And by 4 o'clock. By 4 o'clock.
Yes.
You go wake up.
You go wake up.
Where did they go?
He surprised.
He didn't go anywhere now.
Not man like that.
I'm for waiting now. The person will change our life. When God use and change our life. And you won't go there now. Because he told me to somebody won't go there now. Madam, by 4 o'clock. He never wake up.
He must wait.
He must wake up.
He must wait.
In the rest.
He must wait. Rest.
He settled my marriage that was collapsed. 21 years of marriage. He settled me and my wife. You see, they say good things don't last. Why? I just want to hear his voice.
Personally, I shed tears because of the work he has done, his humanitarian works and the lives he has touched all over the world.
Whether you Muslim or the tradition or anything, man of God will do it for you.
way it is whether or not you're a follower of Prophet T.B. Joshua, at least you would have heard about the impact he has made in quite a number of lives, especially physically, not just spiritually, because he has a TV station, a TV platform called Emmanuel TV, with broadcast in and outside of Nigeria. Millions of people, because if you watch the TV station, you see lots of them, how that they get philanthropic gifts, food stuff, relief items, and all of that on very, very periodic basis. So if you look at the people, the throngs of people that have gathered around the synagogue building, they're mostly elderly people, women, children, and lots of them are saying, how will they survive after now? So there's been quite a number of people that have shown grief and condolences to the family, to the church. So at the moment, it's more of mourning than any form of criticism from any quarter at all.
And Phil, with the outpouring of condolences, are we hearing any reaction from the government of the country yet? I mean, obviously, as you mentioned, he's a huge figure in the country, one that whose passing can't, of course, be ignored. I mean, it's also big news here in South Africa. What has your government said, if anything, at this point?
Well, at the moment, I'm sure that quite a number of them would be either visiting the church or family members, and so we're definitely going to get a statement from especially the Lagos State government, where the headquarters of the synagogue church was domiciled or is domiciled.
A condolence message from President Buhari. The president notes that the renowned televangelist will be missed by his followers all over the world, not only for his spiritual contributions, but for touching many lives through philanthropic gestures. President Buhari urges Pastor Joshua's followers to take solace in the knowledge that life is not measured and defined by chronological longevity, but by enduring legacies and lives touched positively. A condolence message from former President Jonathan. I am saddened to hear about the death of Prophet Temitope Joshua, known as T.B. Joshua, the spiritual leader of the Synagogue Church of All Nations, at a young age of 57. T.B. Joshua was a devout man of God who served God and humanity with relentless passion. He was a man of sound doctrine, meek and faithful to his call and passion of reconciling men to God and offering hope to humanity. As a Christian leader, T.B. Joshua and his ministry exemplified Christ in faith, love, and charity, positively impacting the lives of many Nigerians, Africans, and millions of people across the world. I condole with his family, his church, and millions of his followers across the world. May God grant them peace and strength to cope with this loss. A condolence message from the President of South Sudan, Salva Kiir Mayardit. His earthly departure came as a shock to all his followers, both in Nigeria and across the globe. While his physical absence will be felt by his followers, we are all comforted that he is with the Lord he has served with zeal and zest during his life. Prophet T.B. Joshua was an iconic preacher, admired for his strength of character and his faith in God. As you already know, Prophet T.B. Joshua's ministry inspired millions across the globe, and he has left a rich legacy that will live on eternally as he is mourned worldwide. Let his rich legacy of service and sacrifice guide us at this challenging time. I pray that God will give all followers the comfort they need in this hour to cope with the loss of his departure.
the last day, on the last day, only true believers shall be raptured. That is just what you should begin to think about. And the time and the date, very, very short.
The Nigerian Senate has held a minute silence to Prophet Temitope Balogun Joshua, the founder of the Synagogue Church of All Nations.
Prophet Temitope Balogun Joshua was a man of humble beginnings who rose to build the Synagogue Church of All Nations, a ministry renowned for charity with membership from across Nigeria, Africa, Latin America, and other parts of the world. He epitomized the true Nigerian spirit. He was religious tolerant, welcoming to all ethnic inclinations, and believed in the unity of Nigeria. The late Prophet Temitope Balogun Joshua was an illustrious son of Ondo State who contributed his quota to the advancement of Ondo State, sponsored electrification projects in communities, installed transformers, and largely provided succor to the needy in the society. The late Prophet Temitope Balogun Joshua was renowned for his humanitarian services in key areas like community support, scholarships, disaster relief, education, sports, and support for migrants and deportees. For many years, late Prophet Temitope Balogun Joshua sponsored feeding programs for widows, orphans, physically challenged, and less privileged people without discrimination. His commitment to peace and stability of this country was quite mind-boggling, as he committed huge resources to life-changing rehabilitation programs for former Niger Delta militants. He was a major promoter of sports development in Nigeria, established the Emmanuel Soccer Academy and My People Football Club for the purpose of helping young talented footballers, and some of the young footballers have made Nigeria proud in international competitions. He was a great ambassador of Nigeria as he sponsored a combined team of medical personnel and humanitarian workers to Haiti, aftermath of the Haiti earthquake in 2010. Furthermore, late Prophet Temitope Balogun Joshua extended humanitarian aid to Ecuador and rebuilt schools in Ecuador after the Ecuador earthquake in 2016. The late Prophet Temitope Balogun Joshua significantly promoted tourism in Nigeria, and as thousands of religious tourists from Africa and other continents fly into Nigeria to attend his church weekly services. He was a consummate and compassionate Nigerian who supported community development in great measures and paid his dues in nation building. In recognition of his altruistic contribution to national development, the federal government of Nigeria honored late Prophet Temitope Balogun Joshua with the Order of the Federal Republic in 2008. His death is a great loss to Ondo North Central District in particular, and Ondo State and Nigeria in general. Prophet Temitope Balogun lived a selfless and impactful life and left a legacy of service and sacrifice. Conclusively, Mr. President and colleagues, my prayer is that we should observe a minute silence in honor of the late Prophet Temitope Balogun Joshua, OFR, commensurate with the family, the government, and the people of Ondo State, and call on the federal government to immortalize late Prophet Temitope Balogun Joshua, OFR. Thank you, Mr. President.
Because you have come under our Standing Order 43. Let's observe a minute silence. May the soul of Mr. T.B. let T.B. Joshua rest in perfect peace. Amen.
On the directive of Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, we are here to pay a condolence visit to the family of our beloved Reverend T.B. Joshua, and also to come and present a condolence letter signed by the Executive Governor of Lagos State. Thank you.
Because of waiting happened to me and waiting happened to us, waiting happened to humanity in general all over the world, we no go do normal program today. Somebody very important to this nation, very important to Africa, very important to Christendom, very important to humanity in general. Pastor Temitope Balogun Joshua. He will not be remembered only as a pastor. He will be remembered mostly as a philanthropist, a lover of peace, the man that does not believe in crisis, misunderstanding, a complete gentleman. We are dedicating today's whole program to him. And throughout this week, we will dedicate the whole program to him. It's a dedication to great man, Pastor Temitope Balogun Joshua.
He gave his whole life to the gospel. And today he's in heaven. And he's enjoying the heavens thoroughly.
A man after God's heart is a man with a wonderful exit.
On that very day, which is the 5th of June, which is Saturday, we were on the mountain at the partner meetings. This is my revelation. I saw an angel right from this point descending. I was looking at the angel. The second one landed. It was very, I don't know how to explain it. It was very fast, like electricity, like as fast as electricity. It entered the second garden here. Then the third angel landed. Then our father in the Lord, Senior Prophet T.B. Joshua, came out. He preached to a point. The fourth angel landed. I was watching them. Instantly, the atmosphere of our Senior Prophet T.B. Joshua, his atmosphere changed, his mood changed. He dropped the microphone that was on his hand. He walked around. He was so fast, he walked around and he walked through the gate. I was watching him. He was moving very fast. I haven't seen him that way. He left us very fast. This is what I experienced. I can easily tell you rightly that God sent his angel and he took him home like Elijah. I can as well tell you that if every man of God can be called home this way, it will be marvelous. Because it is only Elijah have been called home this way.
Time for everything. A time to come here. And a time to return home after service. Let us wash and pray.
This is the moment Prophet T.B. Joshua left the service.
There was no indication that the Christian preacher, who had spoken just the day before at the Emmanuel TV Partners meeting, was ill.
I know the covenant I have with God. Maybe we'll meet one day. I say we shall meet one day.